Continuing with some model railroad content, let's take a look at the current roster of the layout. I've shown all this stuff on various mail calls and videos. But back when all the challenges were going on, I did one. Since I didn't have a layout at that time, I couldn't participate in any of the challenges, so I did one so that you could participate in whether you had a layout or not. Only one person did it. That was the Show Your Collection challenge. At that point, I didn't have very much. You had one I don't even remember now who did it. You look back at the video. I say who did it. I give it like a month, and nobody else did it. The video was pretty much ignored, which was typical for all model railroading videos. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go and show what I have now. The entire roster, locomotives, rolling stock that I have on hand, which is a lot. We'll start over here. Now the layout's over there, and you can see some of the stuff I'm going to be showing. These are all empty boxes. These are all the cars that are on the layout. Equi 74286, SHPX 53496, and so on and so forth. It's my brand new Athearn combination door box cars at the freight house way down there. We'll see that later. But let's start over here. And right now my room is a mess because getting stuff out of the workshop and stuff, I just dumped it in here. And so we have a Wabash gondola 14550, which is the zip code here. Wellsville, Addison, and Gailton 5034. That's a wooden boxcar. We have my Bowser. This one, I think this one's an Equi. This one's an... I think this is an Equi. Whatever. This is my Bowser Genesoming boxcar. This has not yet made it onto the layout. It's, I think, the only, except for this car, it has not made it on the layout yet. Baltimore, Ohio coal hopper. That's getting about time to put that back on, which has actual opening hatches. Has a combination of wheels. It has the rigid ones. Come on, focus. That's not going to focus. There we go. It has the rigid ones and smooth ones. It has 3 smooth and 1 ridge. Then we have the Santa Fe 122,998. The twin to that is not in service yet. I have other ones that I have duplicates of that are in service, but we'll go over here. We have chassis system. I have 2 of these cars, different road numbers. Central Georgia, Sioux Line. Then over here, the ones that I don't have boxes for, like the Bangor Stick, the Delaware and Hudson. You've probably seen that in operating videos. The Chicago, Chicago, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Pacific. Another Santa Fe car. I still have the price stickers from what I paid on these. I should take them off. Northern Pacific. Missouri Pacific. And then we'll go to the other side of the nation, to the Chesapeake and Ohio. Then a little bit in the middle for Walters, Kansas City Southern. Flat car. Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy. Elgin, Joliet, and Eastern. Denver, Rear, and Western. That's a heavy one. Santa Fe, another one. I think that's 128903. I think these are different order numbers. I think they're yeah. That's 120648. That's the other 122998. Seaboard 19260. And then the fictional BRMP 16975. That car was built in 1941, but the BRMP ceased to exist in 1932. Now let's turn around and walk over to here. So we have another CB&Q car, if it will focus. Come on. Hello. Okay, why isn't that focusing? Okay, I had to restart the video because it would not focus. Of course, partly because it's been weathered so much you can't really read it. You can read it better on that side. But they did a really thick wash on this and kind of that was bought from that and all those other cars except for the Bowser were bought at the train show, and the Elgin, Joliet, and Eastern that was bought at Dispatch Junction in Rochester, actually East Rochester. So was this. This was from Model Train Stuff by Conrail Hopper that Sparky wanted to steal. The Union Pacific flat car, that was an extra gift, that was a gift from Sparky. Here's another train show purchase. This one was last fall show at Batavia. 24,000 square foot train show. There's the Southern Pacific pellet hopper. That's another Dispatch Junction purchase, and so is this Rio Grande hopper. This one was a individual train show purchase at Batavia. This was 2020, I think. No, it was 2019, before the pandemic. This is all I could afford at that time. All I really saw interest in. This, it's for you CNW fans, sorry, but this is most likely not going to say CNW. This will most likely get made into an AEX salt hopper. There were several of the Chicago Northwestern 4750 cubic foot covered hoppers that were made into salt hoppers owned by the Andersons. There's my Boston and Maine. It's not an AHM, I don't think. I don't think it actually is. It's just in an AHM box. But that's seen service in the layout. So that is actually the first brand new car I ever bought. That was bought at Empire Train and Hobby, which is closed. He's still doing stuff, but he's doing stuff at his house, and it's very hard to get a hold of him. And he moved from Webster over to Ridge Road in Greece, on the other side of Rochester. Without warning, he didn't tell anybody, and then I found he didn't post on his Facebook page that he was moving or anything, and then till a couple months later, and then he closed at his Greece location without posting anything. He just assumed that people would know that he had closed. He's still doing stuff out of his house. He still buys stuff and such, but not a big fan of his. That one was another purchase from that store. The last purchase from that store since he closed. And now let's go to the layout. Now, of course, you've seen this multiple times. I did a review on it. I did 2 videos on this locomotive specifically, and then it's been in the operating videos. This is New York Susquehanna Western -8-40B, number 4024. This is an Atlas Gold Series with ESU lock sound, version 5. And it is a fantastic locomotive. not only in detail, but it is a great puller. Speed step 2 is when it starts moving, and speed step 1, the motor starts to make noise, and the sounds start to make a little bit more noise, and then at speed step 2 it'll get moving. And it moves pretty smoothly at low speeds. If it's going on its own, it goes smoothly. If it's pulling a train, it does have a tendency to jerk a little bit. That's probably because a mix of weathered and plastic wheels and metal wheels. That's probably the reason. Then we have on our track that's now for gondolas and coal, we have Chesapeake and Ohio 85026, which has a coal load in it, and a very heavy coal load. That is a model power car. I'm pretty sure it's actually, it came in a model power box. I'm pretty sure it actually is a model power. The trucks are just set on the truck. The car body just sets on the trucks. There's a Baltimore, Ohio with the dome, Capitol Dome. And then there's the other Conrail car, the gondola. That's, of course, is too modern for what I'm building, but it'll be used eventually on the big layout. And it'll be used on the small layout until I get enough rolling stock to handle operations. I need to get some more gondolas, some more coal hoppers, some more flat cars. I only have 2, only one, oh, no, I have 3. Only one that's era specific. But anyway, I feel like I'm missing something. No, got the KCS, Union Pacific, I still have the Erie flat car. And now over here, we have what's temporarily a plastic pellet place. The grain gets delivered on this track, and we get plastic pellets over here. And of course, plastic pellets don't fit for 1920 and 1960, so those cars will not be used on the layout, on the modular layout. So, my hand's cramping. You have this Santa Fe. We have another Rio Grande. It's weathered differently from the other, but it's the same road number. The Southern Pacific on the end is not weathered. It's the same road number as the one I already showed. And there is a Firestone covered hopper. I thought I had 2 of those. Yeah. Anyway. I thought I had 2, and they might be over in the box. It might need repairs. And then there's the other Santa Fe over there. It's identical road number to that one over there. There's some boxes that I'm going to be cutting up to make mock-ups for various structures. Kind of generic structures, so they can be used on the big layout when that gets built, and they can be used on the small little switching layout that I'm going to build that's eventually going to be turned into an N-scale. Now we're over here, and I turned the light on my phone so you can get a better look at this Firestone car. The Santa Fe, and the Santa Fe over here, Drgw there, and the Southern Pacific there. These will probably eventually, you'll see these. We have a dangerous thunderstorm, by the way. I had planned to record some out the windows of the lightning, but with the trees, you just can't see very much. There's a tree right in front of the house, there's trees on the one side, and it's just... That was close. I have my flashlight just in case the power goes out. That was really close. There's Sidelined boxcar, Erie boxcar, B&O, Jesse, Pittsburgh and Lake Erie, Santa Fe, that's a little bit more modern, Arcade and Attica, Maine Central, there's a tree, the LNW, Seaboard, New York Central, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Ohio, Railbox, Thunder, Santa Fe, and that is an Erie flat car, and that is a wonderfully weathered flat car. I hate to put a load on that thing. That deck is so nice. Hopefully someday I can do weathering like that. But yeah, these are at the freight depot. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it just let loose a torrent of rain. You probably can. This microphone on this phone picks it up pretty clearly. Picks up things pretty well. But the video is not over. We have the Walthers Lifelike Proto 2000 GP30. That's a dummy with sound. Then we have over here, we have my box of stuff, my book of cabooses. These are all stuff that require fixing, that needs fixing. Some of the stuff that requires fixing. The New York Central caboose, that one needs the horn hook couplers replaced. They are body mount, so I will be replacing those when I get couplers. The model railroader 50th anniversary, that has body mount. Those will be replaced, but I'm going to keep the horn couplers in the box. This I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I just bought it because I have one like it for the Bessemer in Lake Erie. That was from a secondhand store. So is this. I thought this was cool. Has probably no realism to it, but it's kind of cool. I can afford $10 for something cool. There's all my... It's for the wire stripper and cutter. Got some railroad information, rail fan and railroad. Form Ds and various stuff. Some train orders. Well, yeah. My Frisco Caboose, this was another secondhand store find. Very lightweight. Not exactly sure who made it. Roco. But it's got body mount couplers. I might put KDs on that. I just missed a huge flash of lightning right outside the window. That was a kit. That was my first kit I built. That came disassembled. That was from Yankee Dabbler, and I put it together. I'm going to put knuckle couplers on that. That one I still have to put together. It's identical road number to the other one. I'll have to renumber it too. And this is the Norfolk and Western one that I have to put together and weather all of them. This one is one that I bought at Batavia, but I put it in here because the pins, the pins in the coupler are too long. I have to bend them or cut them or something. This one, they crammed it into a box. It was too small for it, and the coupler box is broken. So that's got to be fixed. This is the one with the loose pocket that was on the operations video. This one also, operations video, that showed messing up. That I have to put together. I don't know if it has... Yeah, it has knuckle couplers, so I just have to put that together. And here's the other the other Firestone. I have to put it back together. Now let's go over here and take a look at the stuff I bought when I was a kid. This I bought from, this was part of the model railroad collection of a local model railroader that sadly passed away. He was the brother of a lifelong, and the power just went out. So I'll wrap this up and, nope, power came back on. I gotta wrap this up though. Drgw, Union Pacific, these all are unfortunately truck mounted couplers, so I will have to replace the trucks to use these. It's just an awful lot of work. That one has a lot of room for a coupler pockets to be put on though. That has handrails from under locomotive. That's mine. There's a Reading boxcar, another Drgw, Santa Fe Caboose, Norfolk Southern Caboose. That's the most likely to get upgraded because there was an NS Caboose that was used around here for work trains. Another Rio Grande, same road number as the other one. Those were all bought from the sister of the model railroader that died. Whoa! That was some serious lightning. Rock Island. It's actually a C430. I think they have it labeled as a C630. Santa Fe SD40. That's an Athearn, I believe. That I can't remember what it is. I think it's Tyco or an AHM. It's made in Yugoslavia. That's a C430. He says what it's labeled. MKT 615. This is an old Athearn band drive. In fact, you can see there are 3 rubber bands still intact. That's hand painted Atlanta and West Point. These are all his. Santa Fe C415. A lot of these I'd like to get running eventually. I don't know. These are what I want. Partly reason why I'm going to have a DC test track. That GP40, if it won't run and I can't convert it to DCC since it's only front truck powered, it's back truck powered. It's front truck powered. I don't know if I'll upgrade that to DCC. It's probably not worth it. That one is going to be upgraded to DCC because that is a Athearn. It's a good puller. And then we have a Union Pacific. I can't remember if this is an RS2 or an RS3. I think it's an RS2. There's some track waiting to be used. And last but not least, I'm not going to take them out of the box because I'm pressed for time. We have my Burlington Northern locomotives. That feels like it's a dummy. Nope. This is the powered SD40-2 that I have to upgrade to DCC. And this is the GB50 Tiger Stripe that I'm going to figure out a way to put DCC and sound in. So that's the entire rolling stock. Oh, I forgot one. The U36B 1776, which wasn't a real locomotive, I don't believe. NNW 1776 was an SD45, and it's on display at Roanoke.